What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. With Easter behind us, I wanted to pack away all of the bunny decor that I had out, give our counters a really good cleaning, and then refresh the decor a bit. I really enjoy home decor and styling, so I'm always playing around with pieces throughout our home. I started by putting a few of the dishes away, wiping off all of our counters, pulling the decor out, and I did end up removing everything and basically redecorating our entire kitchen. That wasn't my original plan going into this, but once I started, I was really feeling inspired and we ended up styling all areas throughout our kitchen. All the decor I'm using in today's video are pieces that I've had on hand. Whenever I get the itch to redecorate, I always like to pull pieces from around my home first and just switch things up. It's the most affordable way to get a new look without having to spend money on new decor. I also want to mention we are still very indecisive when it comes to our kitchen backsplash. Now, last fall, or maybe it was early winter, I thought I would like to do beadboard. So my husband, he kindly cut out a piece, we dry fitted it behind the stove, and we've left it up for a while. And just to see if we liked it, maybe we'd get used to it and could see us doing it in our whole kitchen. And I will honestly say I have liked it. I think with paint, being it completely finished, I would be happy with beadboard. However, I just cannot get tile backsplash out of the back of my mind. If you guys have beadboard in your homes, what do you think of it? And if you've tiled backsplashed your kitchen yourself, how did it go? I feel like I have so many questions and I go back and forth. I know beadboard would be easier, but I think I would really like tile backsplash. I don't know. I would love this to be done, but we are also not in any rush. The kitchen is perfectly functional and backsplash is not a necessity. But if you guys have any thoughts or opinions, I would love to hear them. If you happen to catch my clearance find video after the holidays, I think I posted it at some point in January, I know. I scored this lamp for next to nothing at Target, and it is the perfect size, but I've always thought the color pulled a little bit too gray for my liking, so I decided today I would do a little DIY, and I was looking up inspiration on Pinterest, and I came across a few. I'll try to share my inspo pics on the screen, but I'm very into the brown and taupe tones recently. I pulled out two paint colors that I had on hand. I'll link them down below along with everything else that I used. And because I wanted the vintage ceramic inspired look, I went ahead and added some baking soda to that paint, mixed it all up, and this just adds a nice texture to the paint and creates that real ceramic look that I was going for. I've done this several times now. If you guys have caught them in previous videos, I've done them to vases, a different lamp that I thrifted, and it's always turned out. You guys will see here in a second, I actually ended up doing it to a second thrifted lamp that I recently picked up. This one is for our bedroom, and that lamp was only $4. I did the base color the same on both of the lamps, and then on the larger thrifted lamp, I wanted a more aged look. So what I did then after the paint dried, I mixed water with some white and then brown paint and just used a wet paper towel to just dab it on and blend it in. Mixing water and paint creates more of a stain finish, and it's really easy to blend out. Again, I'll put the inspo pic of what I was going for. It was really, honestly, super easy. I just started out with dabbing some white as the undertone, and then I finished it off with the brown color on top. Again, you can't really mess this up because if you don't like it or it doesn't look right, you can just continue to blend with that wet paper towel until you get your desired finish. Now that the weather is finally starting to become nice here in Minnesota, I cannot wait to get outside and do some of the DIYs that I've been waiting for. One specifically, I had mentioned this a while back, but I picked up a wooden stool off Facebook Marketplace, and I've had a vision to try out the oven off cleaner trick. You spray it on the wooden furniture out in the sun, you let it sit for a while, and then you scrub it off with just soapy water, and it's supposed to give you this really nice aged look to the wood without having to sand, so it's a lot less work. And I also want to try this with some side tables that we acquired when we moved into this house. Once the lamp was completely dried, I went ahead and styled it on the left side of our kitchen. I just love the way that a lamp in the morning and in the evening just kind of cozies up our space. I paired the lamp with 2 home decor books and then a propagated portion of my pothos plant. The Scalloped Planter that I have it in is actually a new find this year. It's under $5. I'll link it down below. They actually have it in 2 sizes. Let me know if you guys want to see a video of some of my favorite affordable planters and how I style them throughout my home, different ways that I style them. I think that could be really fun. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. To the left of our stove, I pulled out my vintage inspired crock, which is just from Amazon. It's very affordable compared to the real vintage crocks that you can find at like antique stores, maybe even online or thrift shops, but I highly recommend this one. It's so affordable and it's the real thing. It's just not aged, lived in, and vintage. Again, it'll be linked down below, but I just added in my wooden utensils just to keep it functional. And then to the right of our stove, I kept the cookbook stand with a cookbook and a wooden spoon rest, and then my favorite salt and pepper mills. I love the patina finish on these, and I just really like to keep them out year round to put them on display. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you might know this, but we are in full garden mode over here. Let me know if you guys want to see a video with all of our seedlings and maybe our plans for our garden this year. I think that would be a really fun video. I had started basil from seed, but for some reason it wouldn't grow any higher than the 1 sprout. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong. Thankfully, my mother-in-law also started basil from seed and hers really took off. So she was kind enough to share a bundle with me, and I kept it for a couple weeks in this red solo cup. And I decided today is the day to transplant it. I wanted it in more of a neutral planter, and then I placed it next to our sink for some sunlight, easy place for me to water it, and perfect spot for whenever it gets big enough I can just grab some fresh basil. To style our floating shelves in the kitchen, I wanted to bring back a canvas print. I just like that the height that these prints give. I like frames that come with the matting included. Now, oftentimes I have several of these and I find that the matting is stark white on one side, and then if you flip it over, it's more of an off-white, and that definitely goes with the theme of my decor a little bit more. And the canvas prints that I pulled out today come in a pack, which I've shared several times here on my channel, but they're from Amazon. They come in all different sizes and different prints. So if you want to make a gallery wall, they all kind of go together. They're very cohesive, but I just pulled a couple of my favorites. I chose to add the molding in the picture frame first, then I put the print down, and then I put the glass in the back. I did this because it looks a lot more realistic and it also avoids any glares or reflections. Now, I shared the gold frame, but what I ended up doing is switching it out because the gold frame was a bit too stark for the look that I was going for. So I pulled a white oak frame. I did the exact same thing. I put the matting in, then the print, and I just love how it turned out. Now to style this, I just put it on the top shelf just to add some height up there, and I just think it fits a little bit better up there. I also paired it with my full-grown pothos plant. I kept it in its white scalloped planter. This is actually from Target a couple years ago now. And then on the left-hand side, I just pulled a black chamber stick just to add some contrast. The bottom shelf, I added a cookbook and I topped it with another one of my favorite planters with some dried baby's breath. To the right, I stacked a couple more cookbooks. You guys know I love using cookbooks as decor because they're also functional. And then I also paired it with a clearance find, which is a little vase from Target earlier this year. To finish off our kitchen island, I wanted to keep things as simple and minimal as possible. I pulled out my long white wooden tray and I intertwined some faux lavender stems to create this really simple but beautiful centerpiece. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you made it until the end, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and comment a sun emoji down below in the comment section. I want to thank you all so much for being patient with me with my wacky YouTube posting schedule lately, but I really hope to get back on track here very soon. But I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you all back here in the next video. Bye, you guys.